Yolisa Njamela is in Johannesburg and joins us live with more. Yolisa, tell us a little bit more about the G20 meeting today. What's on the agenda?
Well, the meeting is due to start in about an hour from now this afternoon. President Cyril Ramaphosa will officially open this meeting this afternoon here. On the agenda, one of the things that are key is that South Africa wants to review the achievements that have been tabled by the G20 over the past 20 years. Some of the notable and key aspects on the agenda include issues of inclusive economic growth, food security, and artificial intelligence for sustainable development. Also, the issue of debt of the developing countries. For example, why is that developing countries have to pay?
All right, we apologize for the audio quality there with Yolisa Njamela. She's speaking to us from Johannesburg about that G20 summit. But let's just get more insights on this. We have Sandile Swana, a political analyst based in Muddlestrift, Johannesburg. Mr. Swana, how important is Africa and indeed South Africa hosting a G20 summit?
This is, as you are aware, a historic summit to be hosted in Africa and chaired by an African nation. And the importance cannot be undermined, as you are aware that for that reason, the Agenda 2063 is of paramount importance in the mind of Cyril Ramaphosa and the South African government to represent the whole of Africa with this privilege that we have now.
What will be the impact of the U.S. absence, given that it is one of the founders of G20?
Yes, the absence of the United States does not necessarily negatively impact this operation, but it does signify the need for the European Union and the Asiatic countries and Latin America to understand that they've got to stand on their 2 feet and take responsibilities for their own regions, because the United States is reshaping multilateralism and international relations as well as the World Trade Order.
Now, when South Africa took over, President Cyril Ramaphosa said this would be the chance to bridge the gap between the rich and poor nations. How is this likely to play out?
The first play out is the fact that, you know, all kinds of names have been given to Africa as a representative, negative names over the past 50 years. Now, however, the great nations of the world are now hosted physically in Africa. So, which means that Africans are now being recognized as people who are capable, who have the same dignity, same wisdom as any other people on earth. So that will be just that is already in progress. However, more importantly, is whether Cyril Ramaphosa and his team are able now to negotiate technology, science exchanges, and other things that will then create more sharing of wealth, more sharing of technology, etc., etc.